Welcome to the channel. This is Alrund, God of the Cosmos, in the Kaldheim Commander Series, number 35. With him is Haka, the Whispering Raven. Generally what we do with this commander is we'll play out Haka, attack once, maybe twice, getting a few scries in, shaping our hand, and then putting Alrund out after a good scry, and being able to draw a couple cards. Haka returns to the hand as it hits a player, and you get to scry 2. And Alrund gets +1/+1 for each card in the hand and each foretold card. And at the beginning of your end step, you get to pick a card type and then look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put all of those cards of that type into your hand. So it's good to be able to scry and get a little idea of what's coming up so you can pick the right type of card, and built in with that is obviously Haka. So in the rest of the deck, we've got a little bit of scrying here and there to be able to choose the right thing as Alrund's out. It's a control deck with plenty of counter magic and ways to take out the commander of the other person. Since we're scrying, we've got a little bit of a chance to shape the next card coming up and put a usually snow-covered island on top and hit it with the Frost Augur and keep hitting our land drops. Other than that, it's doing pretty good. This is the second time I've tried to make the video. I had it down pretty well, and then when I made the last video, the deck just did not work. It fell apart, and I got mostly losses. Just as you can see, it's a 73% win rate so far, even with those losses, so it's not doing that bad. In fact, that's almost 3-to-1 wins. So it's working quite well. Hopefully we'll be able to get in some good games and really show you how this deck is put together and how it actually is a great deck. All right, against Sarulf. Acid. Okay, we'll try this. I haven't gotten to use the Nitty or Kraken much. It just doesn't get drawn very often. So we'll see how it interacts with the deck. When you can, generally a second turn Haka is okay. If we can hold off on Metamized Prophecy, the scry is really good. And then the extra cards whenever Alrund is actually out is helpful. We expect the Raven to die. That's okay. Hopefully that allows the Kraken to live. Never know, though. People do not like to get this engine, see this engine going. There's Sarulf. Alright. So we've got a chance to put down the Wall of Runes and keep up Saw It Coming here. So instead of playing the Solemn Simulacrum, we'll just boost that up a point. And oh no. Right. Okay, well, let's either play Wall of Runes now or have Saw It Coming up. So let's go ahead and do it this way. Might just want to Into the Royal, but pretty glad not to give him that. That puts a counter on Sarulf, and we have to Into the Royal him sooner than we'd like. And again, I think we'll just keep that going. The problem being that this is just for permanence, so it doesn't care if it's a counter or what. So as these die, it's going to start giving him a lot of power. So we do have to be careful about that. Let's put one more land out. can attack. And then if they decide to attack with Serolf, we'll just take it. Don't really want to return him to hand. Need an answer for that 5/5. We might have to end up. Though I suppose we could just double block here. That's not too bad. Let's keep growing it. Getting close to that epiphany. Really starting to want to see Alrund come back out onto the field so we can put back the Raven. And do we want to hold up a blocker? Not too much. Prevent that damage. Right. Right, so we're going to have to into the Royal to get any damage in for that, aren't we? Or go so wide. Lochranos, well, they've got all the tricks, don't they? Let's go ahead and keep it going. Make this a big enough threat that they can't take the time off to do what they want to do. Well, let's not scry yet. The cool thing is about that, oh, we definitely want Shark Typhoon. That lets us go past that. And loses all abilities. Ooh, that's pretty nice too, actually. 2 enchantments. It's too bad we can't put Alrund down. Should have just attacked there. Okay. We want to grow this turn. It's 5, 6, 7. Let's decline right now. Put Alrund down. Let's just get the Shark Typhoon going. And again, we don't have... Yeah, if we put Alrund down, they can just fight it with Lochranos. Let's hold out into the Royal in case they try to do something. Okay. Can return it to hand, but it doesn't really do anything because they're going to be able to just keep putting it back out. I suppose stopping them from gaining a bunch of effects from it is pretty good. Getting that shark started. Can counter it next turn. It's going to cost 1 more, so that'll be good. Let's skip Alrund for now. How about... Let's make a shark. They could have killed... Okay, they're not going to, though. Could have killed the Kraken. Thought they might, but... It's probably a good choice anyway. Let's just hold off on all this. We're doing okay. They might come up with a trick that we need to answer. Okay. Pizza pasta. Torben can be tricky. Sometimes it's a very aggressive deck. I don't think this really meets the aggression of what we're looking at. Buying the monster can be helpful, but it doesn't answer Torbran, and we have to leave a lot of mana up and basically just not do anything. Well, I guess we'll try it. We can ramp really quick, that's for sure. Let's see. In a situation like this, I like to wait when you have the Arcane Signet, put out the Hawk on 3. That lets you ramp up a little bit quicker. We're not racing them. We definitely want to keep some mana open for counters too eventually here. Especially that 4th turn play, right? Okay. They match a Signet with the Signet. So, waiting let us put out the Ring and Haka. It would have been nice to counter this turn. And we might regret it. This could be a power turn for them, but we'll see. Midnight's Clock's pretty cool with Alrund. It gives you 7 cards eventually. Putting it out 3rd turn a lot of the time is right about where you want Alrund down and turns him into an 8/8. Yeah, that would have been nice to catch, wouldn't it? Okay, let's toss down the Midnight Clock. Could attack with Faceless Haven, but this leaves counter magic up, so I think that's where we want to be. That was the plan for 4th turn. This does change it a little bit, though. Trouble. Okay. They look like maybe they don't have a land drop, so it's worse. We're just going to be trying to keep up on the extra damage that the extra life they're gaining until we find an answer for that. Usually we'd have card draw. At least we get to scry next turn. Plenty of mana to hit that Faceless. Take them back down under their starting life level. Yes. I think Gadwick's good. And again, we need a lot of... this just doesn't answer the Leyline Tyrant. At least Gadwick kind of can. So we could cast the Hawk again here. Don't think that that's the best play. Then again, we're not going to be casting Gadwick next turn. So let's go ahead and do that. Leaves up 3 mana for the Convolute. Flood it out, but if we can last a little bit longer, might end up just pumping this, rushing it through, and blocking with the Hawk a couple times. It's not ideal. We've got a large hand. Hopefully Gadwick can get us out of this trouble, though. Not sure what that accomplishes you, but okay. Go for it. Let's see, we want like 2 mana left up, I suppose, in case we find maybe even 3 for a neutralize. I wonder. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe just 3? Seems like a waste. We could hope to find a 2 mana instant that we can cast and tap this down, but I suppose that's safer this way. Let's go in, keep shaping that hand and finding an answer. I mean, yeah, it's not that we don't want land. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that does get us Ugin already. Guess we have to be pretty aggressive here. They probably don't kill Ugin. We only have to go for 4 here, but they get to keep most of their best stuff, so let's just keep the Hawk. Hope they cast before their attack phase. Well, that's what we have to counter, so they're probably relying on that to cast their next thing, so we'll just use it to tap the Tyrant down. Could have let it go and let them cast one more thing just to get it off the board with Ugin next turn, if that's what we end up having to do. Hate to see you go, Gadwick. That would take our midnight clock, too. Suppose we can still counter next turn. They might have learned their lesson, though. And they might not counter. They might not cast before. So let's do this instead. Use the rest of our mana to pump the midnight clock if we don't counter. Down under 20 is not too bad. Got that Essence Scatter in hand. Can we cast the Hawk? The great thing is, casting the Hawk, it just comes straight back to the hand. So Ugin doesn't kill it. 6. No, we kind of want the 3 to pump Midnight Clock, and then another 3 for the either Saw It Coming or maybe the Essence Scatter. Nope. Maybe just better to get it off the field. Really? Okay. Don't want to shuffle Alrund into the deck, so we'll block with the bird and play the Ugin. And just basically hope we don't need these. I know what your plan is. Problem is, if we exile the Tyrant with Ugin, they don't get their extra mana to use on that, so it's not going to work. Really would like those cards. Let's just try it. This feels wrong. This feels wrong. It's very greedy play. It's probably too much. I wonder if we could just go for the life gain and card draw. And they just attack face. Let's block as much damage as we can, since we have plenty of mana to put him back out. And we can always play it for the Raven side. Okay, they decide not to use that mana. Draw a new set of cards. Got the Essence Scatter back. Should we be even more greedy? Oh, that's crazy. Wipe the Tyrant away, or do we go for it? Let's go for it. This could really bite us. Not using the Jwari Disruption, that's for sure. The ring goes off pretty soon. Let's see what we get here, just so we can make sure we know what we're heading into. Disdainful Stroke's good. Alright, that's a little better. Alright, now if they want to shut off the Ugin, they have to attack through the bird into the Ugin and do it 2 points of damage, putting it back down to 9, which I think is a great play. Perfectly fine. Got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana available. 6, yeah. Alrighty. Hoping they'd give us something to counter so we could... He's doing it again. Alright. A little bit worried about life total, so we gotta put put the Raven in the way again. So we're just down to 6. I doubt that they're going to do 6, but there are some notable cards that do exactly 6. And if he's got a combination of cards, it wouldn't be out of line to consider. Alright, alright. None of our counter spells do anything to that. Down to 4. Taking that action. And what's your play? Post combat. Yeah, I mean, I get it. This is a good reason that why you would want to do that. So. Should have just essence scattered him, huh? I'd use my disdainful stroke. If they remember to tap those 2 mountains, they could have Torbran back down next turn. I think there have been more mistakes on their side of the board this game than mine, so I would not be surprised if they forget to do that. Put your Rimrock Knight down. Do you see that I'm going for the greedy Ugin? I'm pretty sure wiping the board for the Leyline Tyrant is the right play there. This seemed like so much fun, and we can get such a huge Alrund out of it. Really wanted to do it. Okay, let's put that down, and that. Sure. Let's get these ones down first. Want all that land down right now? I guess so. Hold on to some of it so that the Seagate Restoration next turn is better. Painful, but we want it tapped. Right. Into the Royal on their turn. Essence Scatter. And we've definitely got 6 mana to spend, so let's go ahead and put the Hawk back down. Take the draw on their turn from the tome so we don't have to discard. Make a real big Seagate Restoration next turn. 2 mana left open. Suppose we can always recast Haka. We've got this turning into 8 mana next turn, so I guess Gadwick kind of wants to come back to play. Bye-bye, little shark, little newborn shark. 8 mana for the Hawk. We won't need him even back now with the Shark Typhoon down. It's quite a game. I think I prolonged it a bit, giving them all that life, though. Give me something to Essence Scatter. I'd like to make another Shark. No? Oh, wait. Deals damage to target creature planeswalker equal to the number of... Oh, okay. This is you giving up. And we don't need any more land right now. Hard cast. Let's see, how many cards do we have there? Let's see, 8 mana, 9, 10, 9, 8, 9. Oh, we don't have enough to... I guess he just comes out as the Hawk. We'll do that. Oh, I should have kept that. That's pretty good. Trying to grab a land. I forgot to attack with Faceless Haven there. Want to draw new cards. Let's just keep that main enchantment with Alrund. And leave the rest of our mana open. Aw, Icebreaker Kraken goes to the bottom. And there's plenty we could do here. We'll just let them off the hook, though, and attack. As long as they don't put any more resistance up. $16-16 Alrund. That's the way we like him. Bricks and bottles. Let's try it. Maybe a little bit slow, but so is Turgid. Probably going to force us to discard quite a bit. Tome of Legends will help refill the hand and make sure that we've got non-permanents to give to them. If it comes to that. Hopefully we can counter Turgid and keep him off the board. Maybe get the clock going. Give up some huge card advantage here. Gonna need the land. That's rough. All of this is really important. Let's see, they've got 3 out now. I wonder if they're going for a Lantern play or Turgid this game. With the discard, probably Turgid. Get rid of the permanents. start that clock right off the bat. No sense in holding off on this right now. Let's see what we get. Think about the next turn. They've definitely got something in their hand to kill creatures with. We'll have 5 mana out for their 5th turn if they don't cast the Lantern this turn and get that going. That looks like they are. No? Are they deciding? I think it's a pretty good play to play Lantern this turn, but it depends on, you know, how is their deck shaped. Is it made to make me sacrifice and all that? They don't have any ramps, so it doesn't look like a Lantern deck. Alright. They do nothing. They might have a Heartless Act or Eliminate in their hand. Suppose we'll just keep them guessing. Not much to guess. Obviously, there's counter magic afoot. Scry on the upkeep. They're looking hard for something. Need land, maybe? Looks like they want to play Turgid. They probably would have played the Lantern last turn, yeah. Okay. It's the way to do it. Alright, Snapbacks. I played against Snapbacks last night. It wasn't too bad. This is the 5th version of this deck, and it seems like it's in a pretty good place right now. I'm liking it. Not sure if Frogify's the thing here, is it? Could work, though. Might want to get Sot coming out early rather than play the Hawk. And again, if I don't find land, we definitely need at least that 3rd land for the early game, and then, of course, much, much more later. So, there's the 3rd land, so that's fine. I want to prepare this. Suppose this is okay. They're gonna kill something. I guess I'd rather it be the Hawk than the Kraken coming up. Oh, okay, it's a Sakdos. They're gonna steal something. Alright. Frostaugur has a lot of value for hitting land drops, so I don't like throwing it to him. But this gets our ramp and probably our next land, so... Ooh, hate throwing that away. What? Is there any way to shuffle the deck so we get this back eventually? Have a chance to get it back? I think we can win without it, but that's really nice. Okay. We've already got Kiora in hand. I hate to have too many high casting cost cards. That's rough. Oh, of course they're just going to do that. They're not going to waste their thing even if they do have it. That was a bad play. Shark Typhoon's looking nicer and nicer, especially in a deck where they can't, I mean, they can't take all of our stuff if we've got 100 sharks coming at them. Alrund does not like the idea of playing with this field. Now, if, I forget, if you frogify, does that take away the mutations? Loses all abilities. I cannot remember. I have 5 mana though, so let's go ahead and do that. Loses all abilities, so I don't think that it can then keep taking a lot of health. We just saw it coming with a Snapdax. Suppose we could Essence Scatter that. We don't want him to have Vigilance, but that's not. Yeah, Vigilance Double Striker. This might be a problem, huh? When we Omen, we don't get to 3, 6, 7 damage on board. That's a 2-turn clock. Well, I suppose we have to give him something, don't we? This only blocks the 1/1, so putting him out as a 4/4 is okay. I'm sure they just take him here, sacrifice him. 5/5. Let's go for. We've seen quite a few of the enchantments, creatures. Let's go for land. It's the most likely thing. Instance would have been nice too, though. Just need to hit that Kiora to have any chance here. Do they have a way to steal Alrund in their hand? Oh, do you want that to die? What do you have that can bring it back? You can do 3 damage? Maybe they've got the -3/-3. See if I'm calling a bluff or just do they want to scry? Okay. One more land and we've got Kiora. That can kind of bring us back into the game. Not bad. Can ruin a plan at least. Think we try for this now. Since they didn't do anything to Alrund, maybe we should have ran it out early. That was our best game plan. Can always put Omen of the Sea out at the end of their turn and draw a card and use it to make 1/1 and buff that up. I think we go for land again. Just to try to push through to that last one. That's perfect. I'm gonna Snapdax my Kraken. You know you want to. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm thinking Kiora's looking pretty good right here. Puts him down to a 4-4, which I don't like. Three, four, five, six. So they could kill Alrund if we don't hit the right card. Land is the safest. I think we need some instants. Yeah. Should have taken that land. Alright, here it comes again. No, Terror of the Peaks. Well, it's not better. At least we've got the Borrower. And tap them down. Draw a card. It's 5, 6, 7. We didn't draw a land. Still want to Epiphany this turn, so we can't do that, unfortunately. So that's 5, 6, 7, 15, and yeah, and then 16 with just what's on board, plus some birds. So that's game. Scrying's not going to help you. I should have just cast the Epiphany so they know that they don't have a second turn here. Good for hitting land drops. Dareen Bob. What that means? I got enough card draw. Yikes. What a weird hand. Okay. This is a bad idea, but here we go. Third turn, we drop the Maze Mine Tome and the Hawk, so we start really pushing on that. Okay, it's a landfall deck. Hopefully we can hit something good with the Jwari on their third turn. No, because we'll be tapped out if we do it that way. So maybe we don't cast the Tome yet. We use it for card draw. Just slow it down a little bit. What you got? All right. Making me wish I had beheld the multiverse. Into the royal, that's not bad here. Kind of like it. One more land would be nice, wouldn't it? I want that hawk back in the hand. Yeah, let's do it. We can know what we're getting into next turn. Yep. They have choices. Okay. Okay. Can't do anything about that. This might be one of those good in search of greatnesses. Just say no to that for now. That's going to be a couple damage every turn. Okay. Maybe I should have just into the roiled. Though he gets it back out for free. So don't like that. Don't like a gem raiser either. None of this is quite how I was picturing this game going. Well, got rid of 2 lands for him. That could be a game winner. I think we need to scry. That's the way this is looking. I have to hold open into the royal next turn. That's 6. So that lets us behold the multiverse. He comes down as a, let's see, 4/4. Put him up to a 5/5 by beholding. We don't have enough mana, so does the hawk just want to come back out and play? Nope. Into that danger zone. I have to draw a card with Into the Royal and then behold the multiverse, I think. We'll see, though. Put out something that's 4 to cast for free. I don't think they have it. You're going to have to scry. Yeah. 1 top. Alright. Alright. Not ideal. At least they didn't play a land. Oh, I should have done it before it came down, obviously, yeah. I get it back for free next turn, but what can you do? All of that. At the wrong time. Six, 4, 5, 6, 7, close here. Hopefully he blocks a little bit of damage. We'll see. I really want to frogify that Phylath, but okay. They could theoretically just kill us this turn. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put Alrund out. I mean, he doesn't want to see the Spirit Dragon any more than the rest of this does. But you know, hopefully we can just do it for 4, clear the board with it from everything but Alrund, and then just go from there. Have a 7/7 attacking in. No free troll. Oh, because Erastus is out, so they would have had to put out a 5 to cast card. Yes, that's good. I can't even cast the troll now. That was a better play than I thought. Okay. Equip. If you drop a land, that turns into a 5/7. Ah, 7/9. Okay, well, Alrund dies anyway, so that's okay. I'll probably force a block there. Let's see, 8/9, so I can draw a card. Still have to block Arasta. Should have just attacked with the spiders. I have to block Arasta here. Really doesn't help you. And since I'm going to be drawing a card anyway, don't have anything else in hand to play, let's do it now. Figured. That's fine, that's fine. And it's 4. Let's just look real quick. 4, 1, 1, 2, 2. And we're basically at 7 health, so they probably can't do anything. I think this deck does run Brushfire Elemental, but they already played their... Oh, hello, Phylath. They already played their Fabled Passage. Okay, we can get rid of all those 0/1s next turn, but how do we deal with Phylath? Frogifylath. Do it for 0, right? If we cast Gadwick, is there anything? Let's just Frogify. I believe this is safe to just tap out to do. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Though, I suppose we don't need Frost Augur at this point. Nice. It's not as safe to do as, as I wanted it to be. Gonna attack with Phylath. I think I would probably attack with Phylath here because forcing a block, yeah. You want your commander to be able to come back and do its thing again. So I think Kiora is a great play here, but we can do all our stuff this way. I don't think they've been that careful about their casting phases, so likely we get to tap down the Elder Gargaroth with Gadwick, maybe. We'll see. If Ugin takes 4 over the Wall of Runes, that's okay. Got something for me to convolute. Neutralize. Like that very much. Thank you. And I think it's Kiora for the win again. Be nice to have Alrund down, but a lot of games he is unfortunately just going to be shaping things, not. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll counter this one. I think I prefer to counter that rather than the giant there. Looks like game to me. Alright, back for the wrap-up on Alrund. Didn't lose any games that time, so that's pretty good to see. I think he's got some power in him. Up to definitely 3-1 with all those games. Three wins out of 4 games, out of every 4 games, 75%. So pretty good looking. I'd say if I was going to change anything, you'll probably see. I go back and forth on this every like 10 games or so. I take it out, put it back in. It generally sits in the hand waiting to scry at the right moment rather than just going down. If I was more willing to use it, I think it would be better. I always want to use it to draw 4 cards with Alrund instead of the 2, so it might be better if I was actually playing with it, but I tend to just hold it in hand, waiting for the right moment. So this didn't find a place in the deck. Alrund, in the games that we saw, was a lot of just hand shaping with Haka, which is great. That's fine. That's amazing, actually, in a blue control deck, and it does its job. It's perfect. What you didn't see in those games, though, was that often Alrund comes down as a huge creature, and not that we didn't see that, but he wasn't as impactful as normal. A lot of the time, he's the only thing on board, and he's a 7/7, and he just wins the game himself. So, too bad I couldn't show you that. We couldn't see the huge effect that Alrund can have on the board, but just be assured that that is a game-winning strategy, and it does happen. Being able to cast him for 5 off of the Raven is awesome because a 5 casting cost commander, of course, is kind of brutal once he dies a couple times, goes up to 9. Really tough to get out, but being able to cast him with the Raven and scry and then bring him back for 5 is great. So, really good commander. I saved him for last because I did not get him in any packs, and I eventually had to uh, just craft him, and I'm so glad I did. What a fun commander. I really hope you enjoy the deck. Good luck.